Hey guys, this is episode 109 of Modded Minecraft. This is Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. So, last episode, we got pretty much the Aquos accumulators installed and we tried to get the rest of the turbines going, but it failed badly because there was not enough Aquos accumulators and there was not enough water and, oh crikey, what a pain in the butt all that was. Absolute pain in the butt. But I've gone ahead and ripped out all the Aquos accumulator, all the freaking line, all the pipeline and everything else, and gone ahead and installed literally 14 Aquos accumulators and the super fluiduct, which is pretty much, unlimited transfer rate when pressurized, in the bottom of every single reactor here. So they're literally all getting enough water now to supply each of them. So it kind of sucks. Where I'm standing is all going to be filled in, obviously. I just thought I would show you guys before it all gets filled in, but it is working quite well. Real well. So if we go click on each of these guys now, as you can see, they're all wound up and at full speed. I've got it set to 1970 MB here. That's really nice and stable. If I set a little bit higher, I notice we'll get, we're over 20,000 RF. Each of these do 20,000 RF, no problem, thanks to all the testing we did. But if I crank it up a little bit more, it will go extra 100, but then I noticed it will drop. There will be a peak, and then it will drop down a whole 1,000 RF before climbing again, and it rinse and repeat. So I noticed that 1970 MB seems to be, roughly the stable where she's sitting at. But each of these, as you can see, are set to the same thing, all producing pretty much the same power. I think one of these might be a bit lower. Nope, about just over 20,000 RF. Oh, 1 RF difference in this one. Wow, 1 RF difference. But each one of them is now powering the entire base. Check this out. I got the Tesseracts installed on top. They are sending energy. I've got the big reactor in the other room disabled. She is no longer running, which is fantastic. These guys now are there is literally 80,000 RF in this room alone for the reactor's a baby, using barely any fuel, literally frig all fuel. So, crikey, I'm so impressed. Literally, a few of these bad boys or even bigger versions, I would mind playing with trying to get the size up a little bit more and getting 30,000-40,000 RF per turbine. That would be freaking mad, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I managed to score myself some Ludicrite blocks. So last episode we talked about the Ludicrite and how I was pretty much avoiding it because I thought it required a nether star. So I went with mostly the second best stuff, which is the Enderium, and that's a pain in the bum to make. Oh, and I was pulling out my hair left, right, and bloomin' centre there. But Venom just pretty much handed over an entire stack of Ludicrite and gave me something just to borrow. It's not permanent, but gave me something, and she started laughing. So, and I'm like, oh, what's so bloody funny? What's so funny? I'm stressed out because I don't know whether to build the next block up. It's going to take me for freaking ever. And so anyway, I'll take you up here. I'll show you what she freaking gave me. So she's giving me this world. See, my Venom. We'll go out there right now. Let me show you something. This is an entire lake made of Ludicrite. That's right, Ludicrite. I'm in a world full of Ludicrite. Not bloody kidding you. I was like, are you freaking kidding? Are you bloody kidding? I wouldn't have made all that Enderium if I freaking knew this was sitting bloody here. I'm sorry, I lost me blimmin' plot. I was like, what the freaking hell? There's a bloody ocean of Ludicrite, liquid molten Ludicrite. So all we got to do is literally pump this stuff, take it back to our smeltery, and literally turn it into solid blocks. Easy, quick, wouldn't even freaking take barely any time at all. Barely freaking any time at all. Alright, let's get on home, but jeez, what the, just seriously? Seriously? Ah, entire world made of a freaking miscraft. Bloody miscraft. But anyway, I got that, and I got the book, so I can go pump out some now. But that gives us an opportune moment to see the big difference between the Inderium and the Ludicrite, because we are literally going to shut down one that is probably not is sitting at our favourable and not losing an energy buffer because it's probably using energy. So we'll shut it down and, record the number in your head. So just say 20,000 RF, just over 20,000 a smidge RF. We're going to see, placing with this Ludicrite stuff, how much more can it generate? Is it only going to be a little bit off? Or is it going to be a big? Is it going to be thousands? Is it going to be hundreds? Is it just going to be 10? Or it's going to be the same? I don't know. I was thinking the difference is not going to be that great. So anyway, what we'll do is disengage the turbine. Turbine is now disengaged. We'll leave the rest going because remember the base is running and the off-world miner is all running off this stuff now. So I've got to be really bloody careful on how much I do play. We'll break into it, go in here, get our big bloody smashing hammer, literally smash apart. Sorry about that, guys. Smash apart all these freaking blocks. So smash them. There we go. Get rid of that one. I'm trying not to fly because that will take so much more longer. Get rid of all this. Replace it with the Ludicrite. I'm curious. It's going to take a while to wind up, so that's fine. Well, crikey, get all this back. This stuff is freaking expensive. Get it all back. Not losing any of it. But the point of the matter is, if this generates only an extra, say, 100 RF, it wasn't worth it, was it? It would have to literally produce an extra 1,000 RF, maybe just over, to make it worth it in my eyes. Because the pure cost of making this stuff is expensive. So if you only get like an extra 50 RF or 100 RF, not bloody worth it. Not worth it at all. But then again, if you find an entire freaking ocean of this stuff, you wouldn't have to make Inderium. You'll just get it for free. Bloody crikey. Freaking... bloody... Not even funny. Not even funny. Oh, bit of lag there. Crikey. Box are reappearing. Alright. Oh, there we go. Whew. Alright, so what do we do? We're almost there. Come on. I just want to put these freaking blocks in already. I have the builder's wand on me. So what we'll do is pop in the turbine housing here so I can stand on it. Makes it easier to get rid of stuff. There. So the builder's wand should help us put in the necessary replacement here way, way, way quicker. But I'm impressed with turbines. Turbines are definitely my new favourite energy source. They look cool. You can make them fat. You can make them skinny. You can freaking power them off steam boilers, apparently. Like, there's steam boilers, but they're not as good. You can power them off reactors that barely use any fuel. Oh, crikey, I just broke a bloody shaft. My bad. Oh, nuts, I broke another bloody shaft. I'm bloody hopeless today. Oh, nuts. Alright. Crikey, we got to clean up this bloody mess. So if this is worth it, we're just going to literally pump out of the freaking lake and we're going to replace every one of them slowly, one by one. Because as I said, the whole base is being powered. Even the MEs are powered off this sucker now. And we don't have any huge backup power storage, which we need to work on soon, by the way, guys. Thinking about one of those... There's these giant electric balls that hold millions or billions or trillions. I've forgotten what it was. Sorry, I'm getting all these back. So, that's pure 64, replacing with another 64. So, plomp, 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 plomp. This stuff is more prettier, I must admit. And what I want to do is put these turbine freaking things back on. Grab this back. Bob's your uncle. Okay. So what I need to do is pretty much build this up. There we go. Boom. Okay, she's all built up. 100% used up. So now we go out, seal it up, makes an entire thing, and turn her back on. So, switch her back on. Alright, off she goes once again. She's turning. So we're going to see the difference between these guys. I'm not going to touch any settings because we know what the RF should be sitting at. See, look, that's what the RF is going to be sitting at. So we can literally compare side by side now of the Enderium versus the Ludicrite. It's going to be a bloody awesome test right here. Alright, so why that powers up to the optimal, whatchamacallit, let's talk about the doors here. So someone a while ago, I must admit a while ago now, freaking reading the comments, and someone recommended to put in drawbridges. The drawbridge block apparently acts like a big door, and what that does is pretty much, acts like a big door, and is better than what I got going here. So these are reappearing blocks, but this guy here we could pretty much have on the wall, and it'd be like a big vault door sort of thing, and we can use these blocks and make it blend in a lot better and all that good stuff. So I haven't made any drawbridge blocks yet, I haven't really played with them, but it was tipped from the fan freaking ages ago. Yeah, so we've got to do that. I really wanted to do that. It would look a lot sexier. Not for the main area here. I do like my reappearing blocks, but for the reactor section, I think a drawbridge is gonna be bloomin' necessary. So what we need to do is literally try to spell it right. There we go. There we go. Oh, Bob's your uncle. So there's 3 different types of drawbridge. There is the drawbridge normal, advanced drawbridge, where I have no freaking clue, and then the extended drawbridge, which I have no clue. So obviously we're going to go with the plain one here. I definitely don't have a blank cast. A blank cast obviously is made out of molten aluminium brass. That's no problem. We can go ahead and get that. Done. That's not a problem. What was the recipe for that sucker? Usually it shows you some sort of recipe. I'll have to look it up on the wiki. Oh, there it is. So obviously molten aluminium and a bit of copper will make you the brass that you want. See, that's what I was looking for, the recipe. So I can make a ton of that up. I just need to make some more bloody tables up, because I kept it. So we got to make the casting. Alright, it's just a flat casting, isn't it? Right, interesting. So, and that will allow us to build that, because obviously just bronze and more bronze and dispensers. I don't have any dispensers, I must admit. Dispensers I don't have. So we can make some of those up real quick. 2. So obviously I don't have any bows to make up. So we need to make a bunch of bows up here, which I'm not even sure if we have the resources for. So we'll quickly put together some bows. So that will allow us to put a bunch of these new drawbridge blocks together and play with them. There we go, sealed those together. Alright. So we need to go back and check how our thing's going. Well, I was just making the rest of those dispensers and we'll go back and check. So, oh crikey, I forgot to click on this. Well, nuts. Alright, grab that. And what we need to do is, there we go, tons of it. Got tons of droppers. Tons and tons of droppers. There you go. There, oodles. Alright. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, droppers or dispensers? What the hell? Oh, they're dispensers. Did I just make 2 droppers instead? I think I made a bit of dispensers and a bit of droppers. That was a bit weird. Alright. Stop getting just sidetracked. Let's go check out how our turbine's going now. Alright. Let's go and check this out. How is she going? Oh, see what I mean? She's struggling. She's absolutely struggling to get up to the 20,000. I knew it. I freaking knew it. That they would be around the same. They're around the same. They're going to produce the same amount of electricity. To be honest, what I'll do is set the max flow rate, make sure that's all good and well. But she's just about to hit the 20,000 mark very shortly. We'll watch it go over the 20. She's not really slowing down that fast, is she? So we might get an extra 50 RF out of this block. See, now it would be slowing right down to nothing with the old block. So as you can see, she's just pushed on just a bit further than that. She hasn't really slowed down yet. No, she hasn't really slowed down yet. Far out. Okay, we're at the hundreds now. Alright, just let that keep going until it stables out. Well, this has dropped a little bit. Something's using the energy up. Probably the off-world mining. Alright. I'm getting bloody distracted. I've got multiple things to do today. So what I want to do is, obviously, I want to put in... I'm going to throw that in the ME now. Because even if... So I'm not going to take the Endurium block out. The Endurium block's going to stay there permanently. So also, I want to take out some Draconic chests real quickly. Because that's why I got these things. I was going to put some residents... Some retrievers in today as well. So I need some item ducts. I don't know what to get done. What is more important right now? And I need to actually make some outputs on our big reactors. Big reactors. So what we need, I want access ports. Okay, we can make some access ports, no problem. Access ports, shift click, boom. 64, I didn't need 64, well. That doesn't matter. We got our wrench with us. Now some Draconic chests real quick. It's just so we can set up. It's just gonna make life a lot easier. I know I'm meant to be doing the drawbridge. I know I'm meant to be doing the drawbridge, but this is more important right now. Drawbridge comes soon. I'm gonna make some aluminium up, or brass aluminium. So I want to move the access port to the back. So that's kind of gonna suck because I'm gonna still have to turn off the freaking. How is it going? Oh, there you go. She's slowing right down now. You're looking at a good couple of hundred extra RF. That's it. So we could increase this to 2,000. But to be honest, we're probably going to watch it drop. You'll probably watch this climb another 100, stay like it for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden drop, which I've seen it do before. But no, so it's really not worth it unless you got a world of it. I probably now that I've a world of it, to be honest, I'm going to replace I'm going to get all my Endurium back because you can use these for Tesseracts and all that other crazy stuff. So we're going to keep all that, break it back down to ingots, and then replace them with the freaking that stuff there. So it doesn't matter right now. I'm quite happy with that. Really going to get only an extra couple hundred RF out of her. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to bring her back down to where she was. I'm going to just turn her off. And we're going to pop in real quick. We're going to just pop in this real quick. What am I talking about? It's not going to disable the actual turbine. I'm a bloody Fruit Loop. It was disabling the reactor. You probably found the turbine would have stayed quite wound up nicely. My bad. Set it to outlet. So pretty much, we can get rid of that now. Pretty much, we got our item ducts. There we go. Bob's your bloomin' uncle. I'm hoping that what we need to do is do we need to separate this? Yeah, I do, because I want one Draconic chest to be at the front of the room here as the fuel input. So that there's going to be the fuel input for the entire room. What we need to do is I want to run it underneath everything. So if that's going to be the fuel input, so right here we're going to stick another layer in here, but we're going to put retrievers on. Obviously, we're going to put a retriever on there. Retriever on each one of these, so it can be all hooked up into the one main chest. Remember, we are putting nice floors on, so relax. Relax. There we go, get rid of that. Alright, one under the ground. Perfect, nice and hidden. Hidden very well. There we go. Alright, so our very first reactors here is now going to be hooked up to the Draconic chest there. And what I need to do is get a retriever. Go ahead and plonk the retriever on there. Disable. And what we need to do is come up the front here, get our fuel out. So as you can see, we've got 59 Yellorium blocks still left. Uses nearly nothing. Barely touched this stuff. And we go ahead and plop in a Yellorium block here. And we can literally plop in Yellorium here. And it should literally just grab from the chest, no problem, when it needs it. When it needs it. So that should go very shortly. Now we need to break the input here, replace it with the reactor glass. Boom. So she's back online right now. Go ahead and activate her. So she's all turning back on. Get that wound up again. Crikey, I can't believe I let that do that. That should take the fuel retriever. So we need to we'll just freaking manually get at least half of it. Crikey, what is going on here? There we go. Throw that in there anyway. So that's the input. The waste is going to go down a second line. So lines are going to cross. I've got to be careful with this because the second line is actually going to go to our processing plant and back. How do we get there? I don't bloody know. Because behind here, thought so, behind here is the actual big reactor which we got turned off currently. This big reactor is turned off. We can actually take our Yellorite out of this guy and throw them in this chest here, like so. Boom. Which is unfortunately not retrieving any at this time, which kind of sucks. I don't know what's going on with you. Okay, I have to figure that out. So what we can do is run a separate line. So we've got, this is fluctuating duct. This is a little different. This uses power. This takes power as well. So we can run it underneath, you think? Hang on a second. We'll break this. So this is where it's got to come. So break this. What we can have it do is see that line there. See how we got a retriever on it, which retrieves cyanite. So what we need to do is literally take it underneath us. Hopefully the normal item duct does connect, which it does, and we can sort of sneak it in under here like so and take it straight over to our reactors. And that's so all the cyanite's going to come back here for processing. And remember, the processing then goes into the draconic chest here. But to be honest, what I'll end up doing is telling it, just not sending it to this reactor anymore. I'll end up sending our processed fuel, our plutonium, back to the room here, because this is what we're going to be using. So what we need to actually do now is drop on down here and finish off putting a hole down here. It's bloody dark, I do apologise. Crikey. So we'll cut all the way through here. Well, we hit some more there. There we go. So we're going to pop out the other side very shortly. There we go. We have already popped out the other side. There's the thing there. We'll run, obviously, this. I don't want to build a second. Sorry. I don't want to build a second this stuff. Cyanide again. I don't want to build a second processing plant for that. That's all I'm trying to avoid that like the plague, because we've already built one. So we don't need to build a second one at all. See, it's not taking any it's not retrieving from the chest, which kind of sucks. It doesn't matter, we can just force it, I suppose. Disabled, yep. Alright, okay, whatever. Be like that. Okay, so pretty much, again, we're just going to have it come off the side and go deeper than the other ones to go. Oh, crikey, that's going to hit. I'm really trying to keep it clean under here as best I can. Well, under here doesn't bother me. Out of sight, out of mind, as they say. But what bothers me is this. Alright, there we go. So we just keep the lines separate, like we have. One cyanite. Well, this one's deep enough anyway. All the way across. There we go, Bob's your uncle. There we go. So there we go. So we got the first cyanite anyway hooked up. Well, the port hooked up. Ah, I'm stuck. We can clean this up later. I'm not too worried. So that means now cyanite should be getting ejected because this is the waste outlet, which we're not going to see any cyanite move from here for now. We've got the inlet hooked up, obviously. That's obviously where all the fuel comes in. So each one of them now have to literally be like this. So really I'm just going to continue this line here, that deep, and probably put in one here, which we can do right bloody now. There we go. Go ahead and break it like that. Put in, and we'll put this side in as well. So one's an outlet, one's an inlet. That's the inlet, that's the outlet. There we go. Bob's your bloomin' uncle. And then we'll probably make it either cut straight across underneath here and do the same with this area here. So we keep putting these inlets and outlets in. Keep getting back our glass here. Yeah, keep getting our glass back here because we've got to break the ones in the front. There we go, and change that to an outlet. So inlet, outlet. Perfect. Break. Grab our glass back. That one isn't. That one's an inlet, I think. I think I got them opposite way around on this side. I gotta freaking remember. So that one, technically, this one's an outlet. So I need to change this back over. So this outlet, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure it's a clone of the other side. So now I just got to get all the pipes hooked up to suck out from this chest here, or even we put a servo on this and we just force it to split up between them. That's not a problem. I'm not too worried about that. Not at all. Not at all. What I'm worried about is just making sure that the cyanide comes out and goes down successfully without jamming in, because we can't put any in there right now. So hopefully that ejects out quite nicely. Heads over to our processing plant, which will be this here. So that will go, as you can see, that will go up and into that chest and then be split up. So I don't know whether to disconnect the old main reactor because we don't really need it anymore. That's the thing. But I want to keep it, hooked up to... Well, technically then it's not going to... It shouldn't interfere at all. It really shouldn't interfere at freaking all when it comes to it. That's what I forgot to do. Hang on a second. My bad. There. That should freaking get it all going. Look, my bad. See? Big bad. Forgot to click the whitelist. That was such a derpy thing to do. So that way will flow into there and fill in that nicely. So, oh, look, we got cyanide coming out. Freaking fantastic. Bloody fantastic. Alright, everything's moving like they should be moving. So that's all good. That's going to be all good. So now we need to just hook in to get plutonium from the chest here. No, we'll bypass that. We're gonna send all plutonium back into another chest, I think, in the wall, probably another draconic chest. That's probably the best idea. So I don't know how far to go before she's completely hooked up. Well, she is completely hooked up at the moment. Whoa, what's going on with this one here? She is freaking low. Oh, reactor's offline. My bad. Turn it on. Whoop. There we go. Fuel. There you go. Have all the steam back. Get the RF going. We don't want none of the base to go down. Yeah, and that's staying stable. Look, we've only got an extra couple hundred RF out of her, thanks to the swap over to the Endurum versus the thing. Not even a huge difference. Not even a huge difference at all. Wow. These both reactors are turned off thanks to me. So what I need to do before I turn these reactors back on is grab those back out and replace them with the reactor glass. And same with that side. Replace it with the reactor glass. Do this side as well. Break that. replace with the active glass, and then make sure she just, because it turns off every time you break a piece of the whole reactor, everything turns off, which is not good. The only power that's getting generated now is from this sucker here, which is actually quite full. She's keeping up with the demand anyway, especially from an ender quarry, which is I'm happy with. That's fine. Well, this one will be climbing slowly too. Yeah, that will be climbing slowly. All these will be climbing slowly, and slowly. All right, that's all good. All right, guys, I think I'm going to sit here and dig the rest of these holes out now. Now that I've got it all figured out, where everything's going to be running. And what I'll end up doing is start laying in some nicer floor in, I think, and put some walls in. Probably next episode we might have a look at the doors. We'll see. I've got to get some freaking drawbridges going for that. That should be bloody interesting. I haven't played with that yet. Alright guys, anyway, thanks for watching episode 109 of Modern Minecraft. This has been Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the content, to smash those buttons, and I'll catch yous all later.